Um, or I guess 3 objectives. It's not the right word because there are objectives. There's basically 3 ways that you can get your team can unlock the tier 3 boots. And once one team has unlocked the tier 3 boots, the other team is not able to. So only one side is able to get them. And how that works is there's, like I said, 3 things. Thing number 1, it started out as getting first blood, but it made um, some of those champions that aren't that have a very weak early level 1, very weak. So what they did was instead of the first blood, it's the first 3 bloods or the first 3 picks that a team gets will give you one of those marks um, to unlock the tier 3 boots. So once one team gets the first 3 kills, the other team is not able to get that mark. Then it goes to objectives. So the first team to get the first 3 objectives of the game, and this can be any of the epic monsters. So this can be Grubs, this can be Dragon, this could be Rift Herald if it takes that long for your team to, for the teams to claim objectives. It could be Voracious Atticon if it takes that long, which usually people have already claimed at least 3 objectives by that time. And then the last one is the first tower. So whichever team takes the first tower is then able to get one of those marks. And it's just the first team to get 2 of the marks. So if the other team gets first tower, but you got the first 3 kills and the first 3 objectives, then your team will get the boots. And that works kind of the same for all of them. So I'm very looking forward to seeing some fast-paced gaming in these early stages. You know, to see which team gets the boots. The boots aren't always like just because you have the tier 3 boots doesn't mean your team is going to win. But they are very, very good. Especially the boots of swiftness have been it's what you see in a lot of like higher level gameplay. I'm very curious, like even on champions, you would normally never take boots of swiftness if your team gets the tier 3 boots. A lot of people do end up going for the boots of swiftness. I know that's something that I do when I play Ari in the mid lane. All right, so here we have the selection. So it looks like UW River Falls has taken Lulu, Jinx, and Viego, whereas UNI has Sejuani and Anivia. I don't know why Anivia's picture has not loaded. But I mean, if I'm looking here, it seems like it's going to be a very, very straight up Lulu Jinx bot lane. We know Lulu is very strong right now, and Jinx just received a buff with the attack speed cap going above from 2.5 to 3%. So this is looking like a very good draft from UW River Falls. Obviously, I don't know what these players play. I don't know what they're comfortable with. But Lulu and Nami have been the enchanter supports that have been at the very top of the meta. For a while, Amumu is still one of the best junglers. Even after recent changes, they didn't do much to nerf him. Sejuani, I think, is also in a very good spot. So both teams picking very, very meta comps. I'm not sure about Anivia and how strong she is, but I am excited to see. I feel like it's always exciting to see Anivia players as a SAS common, but can be very. I think it's a very skillful champ with your wall. Me personally, I'm very bad at playing champs that have a wall that can block both my team and the enemy team. Not my not my strongest to pull off. So but I think when it is done well, it can be done very well. So it looks like blue team is banning. So far we've seen Soraka, Lee Sin, Darius, and Trundle banned from UW River Falls. UNI has banned Ornn, Ambessa, Milio, Ashe, and Malphite. I'm very curious if any of these bans are like targeted towards the players or if it's just something that the other team does not want to see. I think Ambessa's annoying to play into, but I think she's been performing very poorly lately. So looks like UNI is going to lock in the Yone. One of my least favorite champs to play into, I gotta say. Not a big fan of playing into the Yone. So I think it's a great pick for UNI. And it looks like UW River Falls is going to lock in with Shen. All right. I think Shen is a great pick for, in these team-oriented settings where you where that teleport and his Shillian is really, really going to be helpful. It can really come into play here. And it looks like UW River Falls is going to lock in the Hui. So I think this is a very, very simple comp to pick apart. You've got Lulu support, Jinx bot lane, Amumu jungle, Shen top, and Hui mid. I'm interested to see if it is going to be the Yone going mid or top. I'm not sure here who is last picking for UNI. And they're picking the Xerath, so it's looking like it is going to be Xerath into Hui mid. Oh man, that sounds like a very annoying lane on both ends. Lots of long range, lots of spells being thrown back and forth from both sides. Top lane, we've got Shen and Yone. I'm not entirely sure what Yone's matchup looks like into Shen. For the jungle, I was gonna say maybe it's Yone jungle, but I don't think so. And Sejuani top. I think it is Sejuani jungle with the Amumu jungle. And then, oh, I forgot about Anivia because for whatever reason her picture is not loading. So now I'm second guessing if it's Anivia support or Anivia mid. It's probably Anivia support, Xerath mid, but maybe it's Anivia mid, Xerath support. I'm not entirely sure. But if it is Caitlyn Xerath bot, that would also be a very annoying lane to play into. looks like we're getting ready to go into the game here as we wait. We are going to be on that delay, the automatic delay that League puts in when you are spectating. Right, so it looks like both teams are locking in their champions. Yeah, I'm very excited to see who exactly is going to be on UNI's bot lane and who's going to be mid. They could go either way with Anivia and Xerath. Either way, UNI's got a lot of long range, and so does UW River Falls with the Hwei. Not quite as much, but the Lulu Jinx is going to be very scary for UNI, especially if we are going to be getting into the late game. I do believe this game is looking just a tad bit better late game for UW River Falls. But of course, it's going to be depending on how strong these AD carries are going to be. So earlier we already talked about tier 3 boots, but I believe I did not get into Atacon. So Atacon is a new epic monster in the jungle. He can spawn either top side river or bot side river. I'm not exactly sure at the time. I'm looking it up right now. But basically, he will pick top side or bot side depending on which side has had the most amount of kills by the time he spawns. There are two different forms of Atacon. You have Voracious Atacon, which I feel like is the one that gets talked about the most. I also feel like I see it the most. But maybe that's I don't know. I if anyone else in the chat could share, do you feel like you see Voracious Atacon more than Rune Ruinous? Voracious Atacon and Ruinous Atacon. I feel like I see Voracious more than Ruinous Atacon. Uh, okay, the website I found does not say when. Oh, he spawns at 20 minutes. All right, so we were waiting for that spectator delay. Looks like we've got about minute 20 before we head in there. I don't think I explained what the passives do. So Voracious Atacon gives you it is called a Fast Life buff effect. So basically it's like GA, and they just recently nerfed sorry. It's very much like Guardian Angel, which is a ability or a item that you can buy that when you die, it kind of takes time to get resurrected. Although it doesn't work exactly the same. So how Voracious Atacon's false life buff works is you kind of have this like circle of flowers around you, and it lasts for it says it's permanent, but it's not. website is not updated. So it lasts for a certain, like, a set amount of time, and basically within that time frame, if you die, you go back to your spawn, but it doesn't count as a kill, it doesn't count as a takedown. And in the past, you would respawn, I think it was like 2 seconds or 5 seconds, but they did nerf it now where it takes 15 seconds for you to spawn, which is shorter than which is significantly shorter than the timers are at that time. I'm curious to see which Atacon is going to spawn. The other Atacon spawns a bunch of flowers, which give your team more experience and a permanent buff to, I think it's how much gold you receive. Okay. So...
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, yeah, so it's gonna be the Shen Yon top lane. Amumu and Sejuani are going to be jungle. And from the looks of it, Anivia, did I say Anivia? Sejuani and Amumu are jungle. Anivia is mid with the Hui, and Lulu.
Minions has spawned.
Lulu Jinx bot, with which we knew, and the Caitlyn Xerath bot as well. So it looks like no team. Looks like teams are kind of gonna look to play it safe here. I am interested to see if UNI is gonna stay for the leash. Okay, looks like they are leaving. It's something I feel like I haven't seen a lot in recent seasons is teams giving leashes for their jungles just because of the buffs to jungle with their POW. Of course, we've got the bloodthirsty top lane going out to a start. Looking a little rough for Yon. Looks like both players going to come out with a lot of health missing. But they both should be able to heal up decently as far as top laners go. So it looks like both teams are starting with their blue buff. Shenna's gonna get away with not a lot of HP. Of course, you can get it back, as top laners do. So bot side, we're seeing a lot of pressure from the Jinx Lulu early. Which I just feel like, you know, the Lulu, even though Xerath and Caitlyn have a lot of range to be pretty nasty, the Lulu just provides so much support for their AD carry that is gonna be a tough lane to play into. It's like both junglers just doing their camps now, you know, kind of going through the standard route. No one's looking for an early gank. They're just looking to take their time, build up, wait to go in. Lucky for the Yon, Amumu is bot side. I know I, for one, would be very scared to push up that low and not having an idea of where the enemy jungler is. So it looks like UNI is probably going to be setting up, take grubs early. Here comes a gank, potentially on Hui, although they're not quite able to pull it off, even with the Anivia wall. So it looks like they are pushing bot. UNI thought maybe they could get both Scuttle Crabs, but not looking like that is going to happen. Looks like Yon is going to use his teleport top. He did have to back. Going back. It's not looking good for UNI bot side. Caitlyn trying to get away, but UW River Falls will take first blood, and they will take second blood, and they will take third blood, claiming 8 feet of war. And that's going to be the first 3 kills for UW River Falls as they now pick up UNI's jungle. Amazing gank from the Amumu. An amazing job from the Jinx and Lulu just kind of setting up that wave, setting up that lane for them being able to do that. They just had it pushed in. They're constantly bullying UNI, and it paid off. UNI is going to have to take now both first turret and the first 3 objectives. So it looks like Dragon is up. It is Cloud. And Grubs are going to be up here shortly. UNI is not in the best position for this. UW River Falls has a lot of vision set up for Dragon. No one's quite set up for Grubs. But it's not really looking too good for either. People topside. Yon is pushed in more, but they're both pretty low. And won't be able to help too much. Like people are starting to hit level 6 now. Amumu on the gank with the Yon. He ults, but he misses, and Lulu topside as well. It looks like Yon is going to go down, potentially setting up UW River Falls for Void Grubs, which it looks like they are going to take. A great start for UW River Falls this game. They have their Amumu has a lot of map presence, a lot of map awareness, and has just been able to come in and catch the UNI players off guard. They are going to take the first objective. They still need 2 more to get a feat of war, but getting those Grubs is nice. They did recently get nerfed as Grubs were insanely strong. So they have lost some of their power, but it's always nice to get Grubs. It's looking a little bad for Xerath here, who is 2 levels behind the Jinx as the Lulu roamed. She was able to get more levels, and UNI is going to take Dragon. So we're now 1-1 on the objectives. UNI took the first Dragon. So UW River Falls here, able to take some plating off of UNI's tower. It is looking rough for UNI's bot side. Minutes up have been pretty much even, even though Yon is up in CS. Shen did get that kill on the Yon. Mumu's looking very nice so far this game. We did see the Jinx ults come out. Caitlyn and Xerath. Oh my goodness. Caitlyn and Xerath yet to level up. I do love to see some juicy Caitlyn and Xerath ults. I feel like that can be very lethal for anyone who is at half HP. Especially once Caitlyn starts building some AD. Nice stun from the Xerath. UNI is really trying, but the Jinx wave clear has just been very hard to compete with this game. Ooh, beautiful combo from Lopway mid. Looks like a Mumu could potentially be looking to set up a gank. Maybe he's looking to go bot side, get another pick. Once your bot side gets behind, it can make the game more and more difficult, as it's not just one person behind, it's 2, and it's not just 2 people ahead on the enemy team, it's 2, potentially 3, because it's usually the jungler getting those picks. But it's like UNI, they are aware he is there, and they are backing off. Maybe Xerath looking to set something up. Oh, nice stun from the Amumu. His ult comes out, and he is wanting to chase this Caitlyn down. Jinx misses her ult, and it looks like UNI is going to get away, unless the Hui is able to catch one of them They've got them ping. They want to chase. You see Sejuani coming in here, and Nick Fury coming in with the first kill for UNI. I didn't see if any ults were used from UNI. It looks like the Sejuani is looking to chase. Shen does get the kill on Yon top. So UW River Falls, I would say, still kind of comes out on top, although the Caitlyn getting the kill for UNI is very nice. If there's anyone you did not want to get that kill, it was the Caitlyn. So UNI definitely still has some fighting power and a way to come back into the game. This Amumu is hungry for blood. Alright, so looks like pretty much everyone now has hit level 6. We're gonna see lots more ults coming online. We did see the Sejuani use her ults. And of course, Shen and Yon have been duking it out, using their ults, noodle fighting. I don't think Shen has used his ult yet. We will know when Shen uses his ult. This just look like they're setting up, UW River Falls is setting up to get the second Void Grubs, which would be very bad for UNI. Again, it's not the end of the world with their recent nerfs, but it's still not great to have the enemy team getting all 6 of the Void Grubs, as it gives them a lot more opportunity to push. Oh my goodness, the Jinx ult, or sorry, the Caitlyn ult, but the Jinx still securing the pick on the Caitlyn. It is nice to see now that we've got ults online. UNI is starting to come alive here, bot side. The Caitlyn does have the only 2 kills on UNI's side, but if there's anyone you want to have them, it is that Caitlyn. But it looks like UW River Falls is setting up to take first turret. They only are missing 2 platings bot side. They are going to get UNI's jungler here. They're pushing top side, and Dragon is spawning. Something I am curious to see here is what the Shen is going to value more. Is he going to value, kind of going for that turret, keeping the Yon at bay? Is this dragon important? Is getting bot tower important? I know. It looks like UW River Falls takes, I didn't see who got Void Grubs. Does it tell you how many feats? Okay, well, I missed the feats of strength. Okay, well, anyways, enough of that. So it looks like, ooh, this Xerath ult coming out is going to be so juicy, and the Jinx does go down to it. The Lulu is very low, although shields are keeping her up, but the Sejuani, or no, the Anivia is able to secure the kill, but with Sejuani going down, UNI is now not looking the greatest this fight, but they are still picking up kills with the Xerath and the Caitlyn getting those, or the Xerath and the Anivia picking up some kills, kind of coming alive just a little bit here. Turret plating has fallen. Both UNI's mid and bottom turret not looking too healthy. Could be easy, pretty easy for either lane to push, be taken out. And it looks like this turret is gonna go down, and blue team claims the UW River Falls is going to claim first turret. claiming all 3 feats of strength. So they will be able to get tier 3 boosts this game. And potentially second turret as we have the tower dive. That Jinx is going to die too. Oh man, this took a little bit too many tower shots to not wait long enough to drop that aggro. So this game is looking to be in UW River Falls' favor. I mean, as we kind of saw from the early game, as you can see, it kind of snowballs. Especially getting those 2 Void Grubs, it just makes it so much easier for the team that can get those Void Grubs to take down the first turret. It's like most people now have got at least 1, maybe 2 items online. It looks like UNI has caught out the Lulu, which does impact the Jinx's power, and they are going to be able to potentially get a pick here as Anivia is on Resurrection. Definitely UNI coming out on top of this fight. Although with the Shed teleporting in, and the Jinx looks like I spoke a little too soon. The Caitlyn is able to secure a pick in there, but I believe 3 people went down for UNI to UW River Falls 1. Which should set them up nicely to take Rift Herald, which is just going to give them more power to push lanes, push turrets. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be able to secure that. UNI was not quite able to get the seal. Alright, so we've got our classic bot lane, mid lane swap going on here. And objective bounties are on for UNI. So UNI is going to be looking, really wanting to take anything during this time. Kind of get up on gold. They can take a turret. They can take a dragon. Obviously Rift Herald is down, so Rift Herald is not in the cards. Looks like they are going to catch out Quay and exhaust his flash. Jinx is looking to go in, just gets stunned by the Anivia with a follow-up by the Xerath. Not quite enough to do anything, just to leave UW River Falls down a little bit of health. But with how strong this Jinx is, I think it's going to be very difficult for UNI to come back. They do claim a turret top, as UNI's Yon top laner is just doing top laner things, split pushing, lefting towers. Oh my gosh! Beautiful abilities coming out from the Quay, and beautiful follow-up from UW River Falls as the Jinx claims a double Q. So Jinx is now 10-4. Everyone else on their team having a positive KDA. Curious to see where Moon is looking to drop the Rift Herald, which it is going to be mid. Definitely looking to get this turret here, potentially a second turret. Yeah, and they don't even need to use the Herald on the tier 2 turret, as they're going to go in to the next tier. And potentially the inhib, it's hard to say with UNI now being here. Herald is gearing up, and it is going to hit the turret. Lots of ultimates coming out from both sides, and it is 2-2. So both teams take 2 out. The Amumu and the Jinx going down for UW River Falls, which is really good for UNI, but trading their Yon and their Sejuani for those 2. I think taking out the Jinx is really good. If UNI can still take out the Jinx, they can still potentially fight. Once you take out that Jinx, UW River Falls loses a lot of their follow-up damage. Yes, Quay can provide some damage, but it's nowhere near the amount that the Jinx is putting out. So right now, UNI is just kind of looking to stabilize off that. Along with UW River Water, no objectives right now for anyone to take. As we are gearing up towards, though, 20 minutes, Atacon is going to be spawning. I'm very curious to see how bloodthirsty the teams are. And it is Voracious Atacon, so I did say at the beginning, I feel like you see Voracious Atacon way more than Ruinous Atacon. So looks like UW River Falls is setting up to take. They've got the vision, and they've got the people there. No one from UNI is really there. They're looking to kind of maybe collapse in. But it looks like UW River Falls is just going to take this. And they do get it. So there they have, it's kind of an extra life around them. That's the circle you see with the flowers. Making it pretty easy for them to take any fights. In the past, people would go into a fight, be super reckless, and then teleport back into the fight pretty much immediately after they died. Can't do that quite anymore. But it is still, it does give you lots of opportunity to be reckless with the Voracious Atacon buffs. So it looks like they're looking to push in topside. UNI is kind of trying to see what objective bounties they can claim before they do fall off. With the Caitlyn just pushing mid and no one's really contesting the Caitlyn, I feel like that could be bad for... Okay. They are really looking to push here with the Voracious Atacon buff. Taking that turret, taking the inhib. Someone from UNI's gotta go back. Looks like the Caitlyn did. Nice. Is there... Oh, well, it's not gonna be really able to claim anyone with the massive shields from the Lulu. And it looks like both mid... UNI is going to lose both their mid and bot inhibs. And so, like I said earlier with the Voracious Atacon, none of those kills count as kills for UNI, so you don't really get much of a power spike for killing people with the Voracious Atacon. That is one of its great perks. Alright, looks like Yone is about to be absolutely collapsed in on by the Jinx and the Shen. Shen taking the tower turrets, Jinx able to come in, provide the damage. I'm not entirely sure what UNI could do at this point to catch up. They are down significantly in kills and in gold. There's almost a 10k gold difference. It's a 9k gold difference with UW River Falls coming out on top. Also being 25 up 25 kills to UNI's 9. Yeah, looking pretty dire for UNI. I wonder if there's anything they're going to change up in their picks for match number 2. So UW River Falls is going to take their 3rd dragon. Meaning the next dragon that spawns, it could be Dragon Soul for them. I don't really see UNI being able to contest it with their inhibs still down. Although their inhibs will be back up by that time. So there's a possibility if they do not lose those inhibs again. So right now, UNI is just kind of on the defensive, kind of collecting themselves, seeing where UW River Falls is going to be able to attack from. Looks like we are going to be playing some mid lane shenanigans. We'll say after 20 minutes. regular Summoner's Rift turns into ARAM. Which is very true. Looks like we have the ult coming out from Wei. The Anivia is going to take down the Amumu, although Jinx able to clean up Wei. Getting a solo on the Yone. Forget what I said earlier about Wei not having the damage. Or as much damage, I should say, as the Jinx. And it's looking like this is going to be end game for UNI as UW River Falls takes both turrets and UNI's Nexus. And game 1 goes to UW River Falls. You know, 28 kills to UNI's 10. Pretty much a sweep. And here, yeah, as we look at the damage charts, the Jinx was just able to get those kills early, able to come online early, and which was set up, I should say, very nicely by UW River Falls' Amumu. Amumu is a very, very strong jungler right now. He is one of the very best, like, top 3 junglers in the meta. You're going to see a lot of Amumu in your games, and he played it well. He set his bot lane up for success, and they were able to snowball from there. So, going into round 2, I would like to see some different bans, I think, from UNI. I think UW River Falls very much played to the meta. Yeah, with the Jinx, with the buffs, the Lulu just being, like I said, Lulu and Nami are the best supports in the game currently, which I don't often watch pro games, but I feel like I hear a lot about them. And I know, like, a few years ago, it was very, like, you did not see enchanter supports being played in the pro games, like, hardly at all. And I feel like it's very telling when 2 of the very most enchanter supports, Nami and Lulu, are constantly being played in the pro scene. I feel like it's very hard to ignore how strong those supports are right now and how much they're able to support their carries. All right, so we're getting ready to go. Both teams are getting back into the lobby for round 2. Just waiting for a link to figure out what we are going to be drafting. And I'm going to snack on an Oreo. Oreos were on sale at Target, and I bought 2 whole packs. Which, like, 2 packs doesn't sound like a lot, but they are all for me. A lot of Oreos. I don't know if you can hear the bag nibbling. Oh yeah, last time I was casting, I forgot to have on chat. This time I forgot to. I had the stream open, I forgot to open the chat. I see a Go Cats, Raging Remy, my goat, and Jake drops 50 kills this game. Maybe not this game. Maybe this game though. I feel it this round, for sure. For sure. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this before. UWRF has a Grandmaster player? That's crazy. What? You know, I feel like one of our new questions I'm thinking about as I'm chomping on my Oreo. In the past, we always ask people, what is your favorite juice? And like some of the players we interview more than one time, and I feel like we should have a new question instead of just what is your favorite juice? So I propose, what is your favorite Oreo flavor? And like maybe people are just like, oh, I don't eat Oreos, or just like the regular ones. But like, okay, do you like thin Oreos? Do you like regular Oreos? What about double stuff? Because me personally, I always get the double stuff Oreos. And but I also do like to try their wacky flavors because Oreo comes up with a lot of different flavors. And I think some of their best flavors, they had a toffee flavor. Um like toffee, like the I don't know, this like the hard stuff that's in candy sometimes. Dipping that in milk, which like Oreos and milk are good. Okay, they are just objectively good. The toffee flavor in milk, heavenly. Heavenly. So, so, so good. Okay. So, looks like Jensel joins in support slot. Okay. So, we're just waiting. Alright. We did get the draft link. You guys don't have to hear me talk about Oreos anymore because we are going into the draft. Spectator draft link. Alright, so looks like both teams are getting ready to join. No one has quite joined yet. Okay, are patiently waiting. I do like, so if you don't know anything about me as a League player, I am an Ari one trick, although I have been recently persuaded to play Gnar top. And I would love for the day we could see UNI play Gnar top. I would also love to see Ari mid. But I don't think I'm ever gonna get to see that, unfortunately. Although I do think UNI's mid player can play Ari. Like I think like he's played it before. I've seen it in his previous matches. Mr. Sir Claps. Imagine one tricking. Yeah, especially imagine one tricking a Fox Girl character. Could not be either one of us. Alright, we did get the Wukong ban coming out from UWRF. But I do think someone on UNI. Wukong is decently strong. I think he got nerfed like on this latest patch. He's still a very strong champion. And still the Ashe ban. So I'm wondering if the bans are going to remain the same from UNI. Obviously the Nocturne ban from UWRF. And the Milio ban from UNI. Pantheon ban from UWRF. I do think the Pantheon ban is smart. I know you and I had talked about playing Pantheon. And I, for one, find Pantheon very annoying to play into, and I think he's, even though he's not like super on top of the meta, Pantheon is really good right now, just with how important the early game is. So we do see the Lulu ban from UNI, which I like to see. The Viego pick from UWRF. Viego is a jungler I find very annoying. Like, Amumu is strong. Viego is not fun to play into, in my personal opinion. And I think that is an opinion shared by many. All right, so we did not see the Soraka ban this time from UWRF, and UNI is going to capitalize off of that with Soraka as their first pick. I do like to see the Soraka, talked about, Enchanters right now, very strong. Ooh. Okay, Ace Soul mid. This could be very interesting. I feel like Aesol is another kind of late game champion, but he has a lot more carrying potential than Anivia does. So I am excited to see the Aesol pick from UNI. All right. Like I said earlier, with UWRF sticking to the meta, Nami and Lulu are the best supports currently, and they do pick the Nami. And the Singed. Last game, I feel like they picked very standard. This game, we're cooking a little bit more. We got like, last game we had no cooks in the kitchen. This game we got a couple cooks. It's looking like Viego jungle, Cinch top, Nami support, so it's just their bot and their Malphite. This game is already more exciting to me. Like like last game we had a lot of standard champs, some annoying poke. Malphite, is it gonna be Malphite top or Malphite jungle? I'm very curious either way. Very excited. Okay, we see the Jinx ban. Kind of knew that was coming. Glad to see it. Let's try and choose Jarvan ban. I know one of UNI's players very much likes to play Jarvan. The Vi is an interesting ban. I don't know if that was targeting anyone or just the Misfortune ban is good. She did get nerfed a hair, not much. She's still very good. This patch. Full AP Malphite, please. Agree. Hard agree. Give me the full AP Malphite. Although he's not mid, so I don't feel like it's going to be the full... He's not mid or support, so I don't think it's going to be. Rise. Okay. I did watch Dante's RJG, Rise Jungle, like, adventure in December. There's no way that's what UNI... There's no way. especially into the Galio, which I guess they picked first. This is a lot of AP damage coming from UNI. And the Corki 80 carry. Okay. Corki is good. Corki is interesting. I don't know how to play. I'm very bad at Corki. I feel like he's difficult to pull off. And what is UNI's 80 carry gonna be? What's this, the A Soul AP carry? Okay. So we have Kane Jungle. Um Okay, let's look at UWRF's comp. Obviously it's gonna be Viego Jungle, Nami supports, Singe top, Galio mid, Corki bot. UNI has Kayn jungle, Soraka support. I I'm gonna say it is AP carry, A Soul, Malphite top, Rise mid. But I could also, in some universe, see Soraka Malphite bot. I'm very intrigued by you and I's comp. Um, like I feel like it makes the most sense if it's AP carry A Soul. Full AP Malignance first item. Does Malphite build Malignance? Just to get the ability haste or like the ultimate haste? Is that what you're going for? I don't know. I've never actually played Malphite. I don't even think. Not even in ARAM. I may have played him in ARAM once. In um Ultimate Bravery. If anyone here has ever played Ultimate Bravery, it's a I don't know, I don't play top. Yeah, in ARAM. Yeah, I played him once in ARAM, but with Ultimate Bravery, so I had to build like whatever the heck items and other stuff. It looks like everyone here is locking in. No mistakes were made. This is the comps we are going with. Like I said, last game felt very traditional champs. This game does not. I'm very excited. I mean, it's like mostly, but also not. Like I feel like you don't see Corki. Galio was really strong. Nerfed a little bit. They reduced his health, but he is still really strong currently. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to see what this game is going to be like. I press R and die. It's fun. Yeah. AP Malphite is a very fun way to play. I hate playing into it. But it's a very fun way. It's very fun for the Malphite player. And no one else. Alright. Oh wait, we have to wait. We're gonna have the delay. 3-minute delay. 3-minute spectator delay. I think I've already talked about the comps a lot. I don't know what else there is to say other than UNI has like no AD damage other than Kayn. Doesn't Kayn like do split damage? I don't know. I don't play jungle, especially not Kayn. If I play jungle, I'm playing Nunu and Wallop or a Moo. Those are my jungle picks. Although I've been watching a lot of Dante's, and it makes me feel like I could pick Hecarim if I really wanted to. I don't think I don't think it would be good for anyone, but I feel like I could. I'm wondering if we're gonna see an invade. I feel like if it's gonna be from any side, it would be from UW River Falls. This is with the Nami bubble, the Galio, Viego, and Singed. I feel like an invade could work out in their favor. I don't think Kane wants to invade early, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think UNI is gonna they're gonna need to build up, and they're gonna need to wait for their Asol to kind of hit his power spikes. Collect his stars, get his super strong ultimate. Which that ultimate, I don't know how to play Asol. Anytime I get him in ARAM, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But playing into him and like getting hit by that big all the stars ultimate, that thing hurts. That thing hurts. 30 seconds here. I'm gonna open. I ate 2 Oreos earlier. I'm now eating Oreo number 3, which I believe Oreo, the company, says 3 is your allotted servings. That's all my Oreos for today. All right. Okay, so it is Rise mid, Asol, Soraka bots, Kane jungle, Malphite top. Okay. Okay, we didn't get too crazy. I believe that is what I said it would be. Yeah. I have not seen that Viego skin before. Soul Fighter Viego.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, I don't think anyone's looking to invade. They're just kind of hanging out, watching their bushes. Brushes? Brush? The bushes? Can you also call a bush like a brush? Or the brush in the bush?
Minions have spawned.
So I've noticed both times UNI's or UWRF's bot side has set up early. They've gotten over there, they're ready, they're in the bush. Whereas UNI is kind of waited. Which they do have a ward, so I'm wondering if they're gonna look to make an early trade, although it looks like they are, although not, or Soraka is gonna get her Q off. And it looks like, because they were there early, UWRF spot side is going to hit that level 2 early. Sigalio pushes in the Rise. I do notice UWRF is kind of taking control, really, of both the mid and bot lanes, whereas UNI has pushed forward both last game and this game top side. My god. Malphite is absolutely bullying the Singe. So I don't know a lot about topside matchups, unless it's Gnar. I know a lot about Gnar topside matchups. I was like, I have no idea what Malphite looks like into Singed, although it's looking pretty good for UNI's Malphite. I know one item I would very much like to see from UNI is the new item. The name I can't remember. It's red. It like holding my hands up, it looks like a circle. Oh my gosh, it's like blood. Wait, new league items. I have to. Oh my gosh, this is a list of every single item. Bloodletter's Curse. I'm like, I know it has blood in it. Bloodletter's Curse. I want to see UNI build Bloodletter's Curse this game. It is a very good item if your team has a lot of AP damage, which UNI's does, and you're playing it at Galio, which is the only time I've ever taken it, and it has been great every single time, and I would really, really, really like to see them build Bloodletter's Curse this game. It's because I think it's a fun item, and people don't often build it, because they don't know how good it is, because it's new. And it doesn't give a lot of flat damage, so people usually write it off. But it's very good at tearing magic resistance down. Ooh, Malphite's gonna take a tower shot. So, looks like bot lane is kind of pretty much staying the same. UW River Falls is pushing UNI back. They're pushing them back, they're pushing them back. Like both teams have vision set up. Curious to see if they're going to be going for drag or for grubs first. I feel like risky from the Malphite. He is going to take a tower shot, but he is going to get first blood, which is already different from the last game. UNI taking that first blood, very nice. Of course, they still need to get 2 more to claim that feat of strength, feat of war, whatever. But it looks like UW River Falls is going to set up for a drag. Maybe not. Looks like they want to set up for drag, but aren't quite feeling it yet. So grubs will spawn and Kayn is on them. I know Kayn usually pretty good at taking grubs. And UNI is probably going to take them without any contest. Rise going up to help, yeah. So already this game is off to a very different start. Singe could be coming down, but it looks like he's not going to be able to do anything other than kind of scare them just a little bit. Looks like Kayn and Rise looking to go down the Galio, but he does get away. So UNI is now up. They got first blood and they got the other one. They got first blood and first objective. But UW River Water is going to take second objective, or they're going to take their first objective, which is Dragon. And so it's just going to go down 2 times here with Kayn ult coming out. So UNI is just looking to get 1 more kill to claim their first feat of strength. It looks like Kane is starting to invade. So I know I said earlier, Kane doesn't want to invade early, but I know he does like to invade once he is higher level, level 6, or once he gets his upgrade. Which, you know, I never planned to play Kane, I just know he exists. I know one of his versions is stronger, whether it is blue Kane or red Kane. It's one of them, and I'm sure UNI is going to pick the one that is stronger. I really like, I think it is the Corki skin with like the sparkles. I've never seen that before, and they're very nice to look at. Very distracted. So Malphite is very topside. I'd be afraid of getting chased down by the Singe, but looks like they're both going to back off. Or not. Looks like they're both going to stay. Never mind. Okay, so UNI's bot side has backed once. The Corki and Nami have backed now twice. Looks like UNI maybe looking to push a little bit more here on the offensive. No, they're just pushing in, looking to back. Both teams kind of playing it safe. There's no objectives to fight for right now. We're just farming. No one's quite looking to set up for that third kill for UNI. It's looking like Viego could potentially be setting up to help get a pick bot side. Looks like EW River Water is definitely setting up, looking for it, potentially. Although the Malphite and the Singe could take that third pick for UNI, who knows? He does have Arcane Comet, which is what you want to take for AP Malphite, although he built the Flame, so he probably won't. Looks like the Galio and Viego looking to collapse on the Rise. Doesn't quite work out for them, but they do keep him a little scared, kind of pushed in. Bot side, maybe looking to rumble. I think the Corki and the Nami, things have not started off as well for them as they did last game, and they're very much looking to, you know, kind of be ahead like they were. I don't think it's quite going to work out for them. I think they're going to need to wait just a little bit longer. It looks like the Malphite and the Rise have caught Galio. Although, can you really catch Galio? I feel like even with the nerf to his base health, he still has a lot of health and a lot of magic resist to get through, which is why I really want to see Bloodletter's Curse this game. Please, UNI. Okay, so UNI takes Void Grubs, securing both Void Grubs for UNI, exact opposite of last game. So UNI's got 2 objectives, 2 kills, and it looks like they're gonna pick up their 3rd kill on the Singe, claiming Singe does get the pick on Kane, but UNI here is going to get their first feat of war, just looking out to collect 1 more objective, which you can see in the chat. UW Riverwater is pinging. They know that they have that online, or that Dragon is coming online, and they do not want UNI to get those 3 objectives. But I really do like the Kane. I feel like we're just seeing him a lot more around the map than we did with the Sejuani. So Rise does get Rod of Ages for his first item, with Asol picking Rylai's. I didn't know exactly what you pick first item on Asol, but Rylai's is fun. And I feel like it would make sense. So here we go, fighting for Dragon. Looks like, yeah, River Water is going to take that, so tied up. Kind of both teams now have 2 objectives. Got some fights going on here, and it looks like the Soraka ult is going to come in, save the Kayn. Galio's ult coming out, and it looks like Rise is going to take out Viego, though he will go down himself. And we have the usual top wet noodle fight, as others like to call it. It looks like not too much came out from that bot side fight. I believe the Rise picked up a kill, and the Corki did pick up a kill, which is good for UW River Water, I think, overall in that trade.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Turret plating coming off. No one's going to take a tower before that. I would like to see UNI kind of capitalize potentially off of having those rubs really pushing to take the first tower this game. But I don't really see any lanes set up to do that. Looks like Kayn is maybe looking to help top, help the Malphite push, which could be possible. I feel like you often see Singes lose their first tower, and then they like go in between the enemy first and second tower. I feel like I see that a lot with Sin, just once he gets his boots and whatnot. So bot tower is not looking too good for UNI. I think it's really going to come down to who is able to claim this last objective, right? Both teams are at 2 objectives. Another team has a tower, but I believe UW Riverwater is probably going to take first tower this game. And yes, there it is, bot side first tower. So leaving both teams, it's not going to collect that flower. I would have collected that flower. Sorry. Oh, the black rose. Anyways, so now both teams have 1 feat of strength, just leaving the 3rd objective left. Which it looks like Dragon's not going to be spawning for another 2 minutes. Rift Herald is going to be spawning pretty soon. This fight mid could determine beautiful ult from the... I'm forgetting my name's name. It's from the Ace-Soul. They do get the pick on Kayn. So Viego's still being up and Kayn being down is not good for UNI. But UNI is potentially looking here to collapse the Viego. Not quite. Beautiful taunts from the Galio coming in here mid. So it looks like both teams are going to end this fight 3v3, although UWRF is going to come out on top with their jungler, their Viego being alive. UNI can look to steal this Rift Herald, but it is going to be difficult for them, especially with the Singed, you know, being prepared for that. Looks like UNI wants to steal this. They want to take it. They know it's important. Looks like the Malphite is going to go down. They are slowing UWRF's take on the Herald. And blue team, UWRF does take the Herald, meaning they are going to get boots this game. So even with UNI getting the first 3 kills, they still were not quite able to wrap up those objectives, giving UWRF the edge this game. Last game I forgot to check what boots people were building, but I do see boots of Swifties, boots of Swiftness on the Corki. We'd love to see it. We'd love to see the speed. I would just like to note that no one on UNI's team is looking to build Bloodletter's Curse as their second item. I feel like we, I don't know, maybe third item. Maybe third item. Come on, guys. It's a good item, I promise. So there's third dragon for UWRF, meaning next dragon is going to be Soul. I feel like they've taken these dragons really quickly this game. Like, yes, UNI did get the Void Grubs, but for that, UWRF is now one dragon away from Soul, which will spawn at around 23 minutes into the game. I was gonna say Voracious, but Atacon, I don't know which one. Gonna be spawning here in about 1 minute. Curious to see, is it gonna be Ruinous or Voracious? Who knows? My bet's on Voracious. Alright, we do see UWRF collapsing in on the rise, and yeah, not the greatest, you know. I feel like sometimes during these kind of mid-game times where your side has sorry, I'm getting really distracted by people not collecting the roses. Like, he did collect, the Singe did collect the roses, but like, I would have stopped everything, probably died, just to make sure I got that rose. Oh. Singe is collecting the roses. He knows to stop and smell the roses in life. I feel like there's absolutely nothing scarier for UNI's bot side, the Soraka Aesol to fight, than the Galio. I feel like the Galio is the best pick that UWRF could have possibly picked for this game, as they're going to take out Malphite for UNI. Just not looking too great for UNI right now. Yeah, with the Aesol just not fully being able to come online, and the Galio, the Galio just providing so much MR, it's tough. Going into champion select, I feel like WRF is kind of coming out on top in terms of like comp picks. Yeah, very interesting. And it looks like, okay. So it looks like UNI's jungler is going to go down with UWRF. I guess they also lost their jungler and they're singed. This Corki is really popping off here. I feel like we're just seeing a very strong showing from UWRF's as he gets a quadra kill. Nicely played from UNI's Corki, obviously being set up very nicely by his team. I feel like we've seen a very strong showing, as I was saying earlier, from UWRF's bot side. Just been very dominant, very powerful this game. I'm not exactly sure what you can do to kind of stop that. Assassins are not good at all right now. And with the recent buffs to AD carries, it's like Kane could maybe take that Singe, but no, he's able to run away, as Singed often does. Voracious Atacon. Or Atacon's still being up. I forgot to see if it was Voracious or Ruinous, although I think it looked like Ruinous. Right, because they look different. I don't remember. Looks like Kane is going to shut down the Corki, which is very nice very good for UNI. I think with that, they're going to be able to kind of wipe out the rest of the team, other than maybe the Galio, but he's not even there. And UNI is going to take Atacon, probably, unless Sidge or Viego are able to kind of come in on this steal. Viego's looking for it, but they do get it. Okay, it is Voracious. So there it is again. Voracious, Atacon. Alright, they teleport mid, looking to collapse in on the Viego. They're able to scare him, able to get his flash out, not able to do much other than that. Or not. Okay, never mind. I thought that was flash. It's not flash. Did someone flash? Rise flash. But they do get the cinched. So you guys kind of looking to clean up. This game is definitely looking a lot more even than last game. I was starting to count UNI out just because of the Galio. But they've been able to show that they can push through that and come out on top as, okay, I was just going to say that Corky got a quadra kill and UNI's Asol was going to be able to also get a quadra kill to show they're equal. But he did unfortunately just get the triple kill, which is still very nice, very good for UNI, and the Malphite was able to clean up the pick, clean up the kill. Gene Remy. Which one? Oh, Remy's the Malphite. Nice. This Malphite skin makes me think of TFT, because this is the Malphite skin that he had in TFT a few patches ago. It looks like the next thing coming up people are going to be looking to fight for is a Baron. I forgot to mention it earlier, but UNI did get the dragon. So UWRF has 3 dragons, UNI only has 1. But they did stop UWRF from getting Dragon Soul, which is pretty good, especially because I believe Cloud was buffed recently. I think it was Cloud that was buffed. No, Cloud was nerfed. Cloud was nerfed, and the plant one. Chemtech buffed. Oh, beautiful root onto the Singe. This poor Singe. I think it's been getting bullied maybe just a little bit this game. I shouldn't say poor Singed, because I watched Arcane. I am not a fan of Singed. Alright, so looks like UNI is looking to take this Baron. Leaving them all super low. Corky is looking to come in, and he does get a kill on the Asol. So Asol is not going to have Baron, which is really good for UWRF. If there's anyone they wanted to stop from having Baron, which yes, the Corky does die for that, but if there's anyone you wanted to stop from having the Baron, Asol is a very good person to go after, to risk your life for. Yeah, because Baron obviously makes you very strong, makes you have good pushing power, especially with Void Grubs. UNI is probably going to be able to take a couple turrets here, but they don't have their AP carry there with them. I would like to note, for the second time, no one has been building Bloodletter's Curse yet. Just throwing it out there. I mean, nothing interesting's going on yet, right? So Bloodletter's Curse can reduce MR by 5% for up to 6 seconds. So up to 30%. It can reduce their magic resistance by 30%. Very nice. Very nice item to have. Looks like Rise is going to teleport top, try to save the turret, didn't quite get there, but he is going to get the kill. Or not. He does have to flash for it. Singe just gonna get away with the red buff, saving him out there just a little bit. Is looking to maybe collapse on it, but not quite. Leaving the Soraka by herself, and yeah, she's gonna get Nami ulted and just absolutely shredded by UWRF. But UNI is probably still going to take bot turret here with both the Kayn and the Malphite and all of the Void Grubs. But UNI is wanting to defend mid. Their mid lane looking kind of weak right now. They have the Ace Soul there, but he doesn't have the Baron buff to provide as much defense as everyone else. And UWRF is going to take that mid tower. Malphite, of course, trying to join them now. A little bit too late. But UNI is looking to take this mid. Despite mid, they do take out the Corki and the Viego. And the Singed as well. Looking pretty good for UNI. So far, they are pretty low in health. I would be a little bit nervous pushing into this Galio here. But that's just me. UNI is obviously not too scared as they don't really have the mana to follow up on anything. And they're looking make this tower mid. It's not quite gonna happen. As they are looking to take Dragon, stopping UWRF once again from getting that Cloud Soul. So Dragon count now, UWRF has 3, UNI has 2. I would say one thing to note this game, even though UWRF has taken more turrets, UNI is up about 6k, 7k in gold this round. Pretty much the opposite of what we saw last game. Which this game is looking to go a little bit longer, which the longer this game goes, the better it is going to be for UNI's A-Soul. I just realized I say A-Soul a lot. A-Soul is a Aurelian soul, for anyone who is not aware. I feel like A-Soul is just what most people call him in the community. Oh my gosh, this poor Soraka. I feel like every time Soraka is around, this gets collapsed on and no one else is there to really help. From UNI. Sorry, I had a big yawn. I'm a teacher and it's getting late. We go into round 3. It is going to be past my bedtime. Looks like UWRF is able to take down United's Rise. The Singed on the other team built Bloodletter's Curse. Sorry, anyways. Looks like we're having a fight here between both teams' junglers. UNI is chasing down. And looks like they are potentially going to get a pick on the Corki. Not quite. The Malphite is not quite able to clap it off, although A-Soul does come in, uses the stopwatch. They're able to get a double kill onto the Viego. UNI is still looking to push, even through the Nami ult, through the Nami bubble. It is not looking too hot this fight for UWF as Panther Esports is able to get, I believe, the 3rd kill of that fight. Although A-Soul is going to go down to the turret. Oh no, and Corki does get, that does count as an Elan for Corki. But UNI is still looking to push. Bot side, they're going to get that tier 2 turret, maybe potentially start pushing into tier 3. So it's like both teams are looking set up either for Baron. Sorry, UNI is looking to set up for Baron. UWRF is just kind of looking to recover from the last fight. Got out about half health. Although Viego, Singe, Corky, Nami, Galio, they're all alive. They're all very capable of entering this fight. Baron getting pretty low. UNI's looking to take it. It's possible that Viego could come in to steal here, but UNI is going to claim it. Everyone being alive, getting that Baron buff. And it looks like they are going to take this fight. UWRF coming in. Great stun from the Nami. Although the amazing Aurelion Soul ult able to come off. Very, very dangerous, very powerful. Isla on the Kane here, pretty much cleaning up, and UNI is not going to get, unless, okay, they are going to get the ace from the ace soul going through the wall to take down the Singe. I thought Singe was going to get away, but he was not, and UNI comes off with a very clean fight, taking out all of UWRF, and no one on UNI's side died. Everyone still has Baron buff, everyone is very much alive, and they are pushing and looking to take out these turrets. And potentially an inhib. They've now taken out all tier 3 turrets. As they're going to claim topside. Topside's inhib. And they're going to back off from that, which is smart. That's what I would be doing. You do come in here with the Nami ults. Not able to catch the Kane. Ooh, I would be right. Okay. Both Ace Sol and the Kane able to go through walls. They aren't able to get away and kind of back off. UNI needs to look to be setting up for this dragon. They're already very strong. They do what they need to do. They got an inhib. Now it is time to set up for dragon. And UWRF knows that. They're also looking to set up for this dragon. Everyone wants it. It's Cloud Soul for UWRF. Just want to be able to get UNI into potentially getting Soul. They are going to look to go to steal it, but it is looking like it is going to go into the hands of UWRF, so they are claiming Dragon Soul. However, UNI's Aurelion Soul able to come in here, get up some kills. Rise gets a kill as well. Galio going down here, and UNI is just cleaning house. Singe potentially able to get a pick on the Soraka. Oh, the redemption. Just a little bit too delayed to save the Soraka, but they do take out the Singe. Corky being the only one left alive, but the Aesol knows where he is, and he goes down. UNI now is able to push in. They still have the Baron buff. Aesol with the teleport, starting to push in, taking out one of the Nexus turrets, and it is Viego's up in 4 seconds. Nami is up in 9. They're looking to come back maybe 5. This could potentially be game for UNI. If they just play to take this out. They've got the Void Grubs. They've got the damage. And yeah, UNI is just looking to finish the game here. Tied up the series 1-1. I counted out UNI's comp about halfway through the game, and here I am eating my words because the Aesol AP carry was able to clean house, and nobody on UNI's team built a Bloodletter's Curse. I feel like it would have helped. They still won, but it would have helped. Maybe. So that is going to take us into a round 3. As we get set up for giraffes here, I'm going to take a quick personal break. They're good to continue on. If they're ready, whenever to go, I will just be back in like 1 minute as I use the restroom. I'm back here. Looks like we still have not started into drafts for game 3. I wonder. Okay, something I was wondering. You guys started on the red side the first game. They were also on the red side the second game. I thought the teams were supposed to switch sides. So I don't know if UNI is also just gonna be like if it's just home team is blue, away team is red. That's something I noticed with League last game. Uh, not League, Rocket League last game is they didn't switch sides. I thought the teams were supposed to switch sides. That's the red draft. I don't know, like for the team. I think he'll send like a link for spectators. Okay, that is the link from last time. Interesting. Yeah, wrong link. Still the wrong link. Oops. You're right. Okay, so just breaking down a little bit from last game. Um, I think tempo is something that can be really important. And I've kind of mentioned this before, but here's a charm. That early game tempo, I feel like, is so important with these new changes. Like, yes, UWRF did get the feats of strength last game, but UNI is still able to claim like one of those, claiming the first blood, getting the first picks off of that, also getting the void grubs. All I'm saying is, even though they nerf void grubs, uh, both games that have been won tonight have been won by the team that got all 6 void grubs. Something I would like to see this game is one team get 3 void grubs and the other team get 3 void grubs, because I feel like, or like some sort of variation. I feel like just allowing the other team to fully get those void grubs, even with the nerfs, it's still so easy for them, like that late game push to just be even faster. Like yes, they had Baron buff, but the void grubs just help that push so much more. I don't know. I'm a big proponent for void grubs. I think void grubs are so much more important than dragon. Even with the nerfs, I haven't played on these new patches. I was going to tonight, and then it took me like an hour and a half to do laundry and dinner, and I was like, oh, don't have enough time to play League, I guess. Okay, UNI is going to be on the blue side this time, and is it winner pick side, like home team pick side, and then winner pick side? I don't know. That Ash ban we've seen every game. Wukong ban, same thing. Lulu ban, I think that is smart. I wonder if UNI is just gonna ban all of the same things they banned last time. Nocturne ban coming from UWRF. Milio ban coming from UNI. And the Soraka ban. Yeah, UWRF bringing back the Soraka ban. I think the Soraka heals are just very strong. Very strong. Like I said, Enchanter supports on top. I don't know why, but they are. Okay. You and I coming in with the Pantheon. It did not get banned this game, but UWRF does get the Amumu. Okay, I am. Ooh, all right. But UNI does get the Pantheon. Oh my gosh. Okay. And UWRF picks the Malphite? Okay, Moo jungle, Malphite top. I think the Pantheon is jungle. Malphite. Oh my gosh, switching it up. Is Malphite strong? What is his win rate? Malphite win rate. All right, u.gg. So these A tier, 49%. I mean, I guess it's team play, so like it doesn't really matter. Smolder. I don't think Smolder is good right now. But if you're good at Smolder, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you could see my camera right now, I'm like tilting my head because I'm very interested at UNI's picks of Renata and Smolder. Like, yes, I feel like I see them working together. I just the Renata pick and the Smolder pick, I I don't know how I feel about them. I feel like this could be UNI is gonna have to work a lot harder than whatever UWRF is probably going to pick. I mean, Karma is super strong right now. I guess the one upside is I'm thinking about solo queue, but Renata is obviously much stronger in team play than she is in solo queue. Okay, yes, Jinx ban coming from UNI, Trundle ban coming from UW. Okay. And the Talia ban as well. UNI is going to ban. The misfortune. I'm very curious to see which AD carry they are going to pick with Karma. I just realized it could be Smolder mid, or dare I say Smolder top, and not Smolder AD carry. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it is. Okay, we see the Hui. Hui coming back in from UWRF. I do like to see the Hui. I feel like Hui is very good right now. And UWRF was obviously able to show that. They're looking a little bit scary this game with the Amumu and the Hui and the Malphite and the Karma. Okay. So we did see the Orin ban first game. I don't remember. I thought that was from UNI. So seeing UNI pick the Orin, I do remember we've seen UNI play the Orin in the past. Rain. Okay. Other than the Orin and the Pantheon, this is a very not meta. But you and I did not pick meta last time, so I need to stop talking about the meta, because clearly they have shown they can win without it. Vayne. Okay. Another interesting game. So Vayne, Karma bot, Hui mid, Malphite top, Amumu jungle, Pantheon jungle, Smolder, Renata bot, Ornn top, Swain mid. Okay. I feel like we have another interesting game of League of Legends on our hands between UNI and UWRF. So wait for them to get ready to head to the Rifts. Keep yawning. I think I need to do some jumping jacks or something to get into this last game, because we are very much going to go into a time where I am already in bed. So if anyone needs some help staying awake with me, oh, some stretches. Big stretch towards the sky. The nice thing is that these games have not been longer than an hour, so we should be done before 10, which is good for me. I'm usually asleep by 10. Y'all think Malphite Muse? That's an interesting question. I mean, he is a rock. Barks probably. Lunar Skin and Malphite does. Oh boy. When recalling. I feel like Barks is a lot more accurate for Malphite. What about Grovels? Like he grovels. That's a good word for it. All right, so as we're going into this next match, this match is going to determine who is going to come up on top for week 1 of the NECC spring series. I feel like week 1 can be a lot of things. You know, depending on what your team's outlook is, week 1 can be okay. That was our first game of the season. We brush it off. You know, it's whatever. I feel like week 1 could also be a springboard if your team does very well. You're like, okay, like we got it. We are ready to go. We are ready for the season. And starting off with a win always feels very nice. Both of these teams are putting up a fight, right? We saw our first game, definitely more dominant from UWRF that first game, but UNI bounced back for that second game. So I really feel like this would be anyone's game. I do have to say I do like UWRF's picks better, like their champ select. I feel like their draft is just a tad bit stronger than UNI's, but the Pantheon for UNI could also totally flip side that. Like I feel like Pantheon was a very I feel like UWRF messed up letting UNI get that Pantheon. And I want to see Backlit by Stars prove me correct on that. That Pantheon is like what we've been waiting to see. The Hui though, and the Amumu, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I will say I am curious to see Vayne bot. Like as Vayne, like yes, Vayne is an AD carry. Vayne is meant to be played bot. I'm trying to think of a time where I've seen Vayne played bot and not top, and I can't. Like I feel like every time I see Vayne, it's Vayne top. It is not Vayne bot. So I'm interested to see Vayne actually being played in the role she is supposed to be in. We've got 2 minutes left for the spectator delay. I was gonna say like, oh, teams are like talking strategy, but like they're already playing. They're not talking strategy. They are already in the game. Maybe someone has gotten first blood by now. Who knows? I don't think either of these teams are really set up to invade. Maybe with the Renata and the Pantheon, you could kind of look to invade, but not really. Yeah, I don't think and we haven't seen an early like a level 1 invade from either team so far. So I don't feel like we're gonna be seeing that this time around. Um I do like the Ornn for the item upgrades for UNI. I feel like Ornn is a champion that he's kind of like a support top. I think you can also play him as support. I think it's kind of hard for him to kind of like find footing on his own, but he does provide a lot of extra strength for his team. Something I have not mentioned yet, and I always forget to mention, but if you want to check out our merch, do we have an exclamation point merch? Exclamation point merch. Currently unavailable, apologies. Dang. Well, I will talk to our director of broadcasting, but I'm pretty sure we have a new merch link. Different from our old one, if you would like to get that. Okay. No, wait, I missed to see what the skins were. It went so quickly. I saw the Winter Wonderland Karma, and that was it. Okay, Porcelain and Moo Moo. Well, they've got like the Fire Malphite one. I think that's Project Vein? Question mark? I do enjoy some Porcelain and Moo Moo. Also makes me think of TFT. I'm a very avid TFT player, and when I see a TFT skin, I'm like, ooh, that's a TFT skin. That's a cool orange skin. We are just admiring the different skins. I like the Amumu hanging out mid. If I was mid and I saw Amumu, I would have definitely walked up to auto attack him. Especially, what runes does this Swain have? Oh, Triumph? Okay. I don't know what you take on Swain. I don't play Swain. And looks like Hui's gonna go early. I'm just trying to get that damage off. Hui's definitely got Swain beat in terms of range. PWRF is hiding in the bush, waiting for UNI. You know, Smolder, not super strong early game. Karma, very strong early game, and she starts out already having her ultimate ability. But UNI is able to kind of get a good amount of poke damage off. I just feel like they have BWRFB in the range, at least in bot lane. Hui is able to put a lot of damage here onto Swain mid. It's like Pantheon potentially going for an early gank here mid. Pantheon is very strong early, and he wants to get kills and picks in the early game. Hui is looking to walk forward. He's already used all of his abilities. Gets the flash out. Pantheon jumps in. Yeah, definitely a good gank from UNI, as they did get the flash out. Swain still has his flash. Both mid players are low. Bot lane looking to fight a little bit here. But yeah, definitely going mid there was very smart from UNI. I feel like we're kind of seeing that same pattern again with UNI's bot side being pushed in, whereas UNI's top side really pushing into UWRF. Here we go, we start building smolder stacks. So it looks like UNI is going to get top scuttle, UWRF looking to get bot scuttle. We've got a minute till dragon, 2 minutes until grubs. I'm just very interested to see who's going to get grubs this time around. Looks like Ornn looking to go in on the Malphite. Not able to fully commit. Even though he wants to. Yes, we got pings on the Void Grubs. So UNI is probably looking to go after these Void Grubs. Because of the Ornn pushing in on the Malphite so much, UNI will potentially be able to do as long as keeps that up and doesn't die, although Amumu might know that and also be looking to go top side, maybe contest, or use that opportunity for dragon. And it looks like Ornn is going to take out the Malphite, potentially. Not quite. He does get the flash out, but the Malphite is able to get away. No team giving into that first blood. It's been 5 minutes, and we have not had a first blood. This game has been, players have been a lot more careful than we saw in the first 2 games. Okay, so it looks like Amumu is setting up for Void Grubs, maybe? No one is going for any of the objectives yet, although they are looking to set up for them. Swain potentially looking to go in on the Amumu, knowing Pantheon is there. Amumu looking to go in. And they do get the stun off, and Pantheon gets the first blood. That is so valuable for UNI. The Pantheon getting that first blood, especially on the enemy jungler. Like, yes, he is going to be back up, but this really sets UNI up to take these Void Grubs. Amumu, of course, can go down to... they are set up to take Drake, but... I don't know. UNI getting those Void Grubs, Pantheon getting the first blood, I think that was a very nice trade for UNI. Whatever the result is after that. So yes, UNI is going to take all 3 Void Grubs as UWRF sets up to take Drake. I don't think there's going to be any steals coming in from UNI. I think they're just going to get to take the Drake. So both teams getting an objective, UNI being up 1 kill. Again, we're looking to see who is going to get these tier 3 boots. UWRF has taken them both the last 2 games, but we'll see. If UNI is able to pull it off this game, they're obviously able. They were still able to win even without those tier 3 boots. So it's like UNI again looking to collapse in on this way as Pantheon goes in, stuns the Hwei, and the Swain does take the kill, giving the assist. Ornn ult top side on this Malphite, and it looks like UNI is going to take those first 3 kills. Ornn flashes for it. He dies, but he does not care, as UNI is going to claim their first feat of strength. So Mumu is bot side, maybe looking to collapse in. Smolder is very low. Both Karma and Vayne are level 6, with Smolder and Renata not quite being there yet. They are fighting under turrets, and Smolder gets the kill off of the Renata. That is so huge, and they're able to hit level 6, picking up on these kills. This fight's looking so good for UNI. Wow. So with Renata, they're hitting level 6, allowing the Smolder to come off of the fight for your life. I feel like it's very rare you actually see someone respawn from that, except for in team play. Like I said, Renata is not as strong on individual gameplay, like solo queue, but when you're in a team, I'm sorry, I'm just so hyped. Like, seeing the Smolder be able to come back from the fight for your life, you don't see that very often in your normals, in your ARAMs, in your solo queues. So seeing it here is very good and makes me very excited for this game for UNI. Wow. All right. So it looks like we've got Drake coming up in 2.5 minutes with our second round of Void Grubs in 1.5 minutes. So the Amumu potentially looking to set up for these Void Grubs, knowing and understanding, again, these last 2 games, the team that has gotten all 6 Void Grubs has won, regardless of who has gotten the other objectives. Both teams that have gotten all 6 Void Grubs, I feel like it just sets you up so much for the rest of the game. Which are now spawning in a minute. I was about to start talking about the Pantheon, but we saw a little bit going on the bot side, but not too much. I am very excited that we've gotten to see the Pantheon, especially see the Pantheon pop off early. You know, earlier I called Ornn a support, but Malphite is also a, like, support top pick, and this Ornn has been absolutely decimating the Malphite top. The Mumu, though, is coming in, looking to maybe catch him off guard, although we do get the stun, and the Amumu is gonna go down. He's just totally out-leveled by both of these players, kind of really getting outplayed. We saw the dominance from the first game on the Amumu, but we are just not seeing it at all this game. Karma and Vayne, maybe though, coming in here to get a pick off onto the Ornn from this. It looks like Vayne is maybe going to get it, but the Pantheon jumps in on top of the Vayne, and he's going to get a pick onto the Vayne, and Suede comes to the top, also going to assist with the kill on the Karma. UNI is playing very, very cohesively this game. They're playing very together. They're responding very well together. The Pantheon's map, like, coverage of the map has been absolutely insane. If you look at the kills, UNI has 10 kills. Pantheon has been a part of 9 of those kills, being 4-0 and 5. And they are going to get all 6 Void Grubs this game. Our second Drake is spawning here in 20 seconds. This game is looking very good for UNI. I will say Pantheon wants to pop off early, which he has been doing, and he doesn't want the game to go like too late, although being so far ahead, it's not too much of an issue. But he is very much an early game champion, and he has been very much capitalizing on that. One thing I'm hoping to see here from UNI with these Void Grubs, with their dominance top, is that they do get first turret this game. Although maybe they won't need to, because as Nick Fury comes in here, getting a pick onto the enemy jungler, it might just take the third objective here with the Ocean Drake, which they do. And UNI is going to claim 2 feats of strength, giving them access to the tier 3 boots. Alright, Pantheon looking to pick a fight bot side here, catching the Malphite. Malphite's pretty low, but he might get away, but he does get chipped by the Pantheon spear. We got Renata ult coming out. I think misses. They are able to get a pick onto Genzi and the Pantheon. Potentially, although Pantheon is not going down without a fight, he does take the Vayne with him. But he does get a shutdown, and Amumu collects that shutdown. It is the first kill for Amumu so far this game. Whether or not it's enough to bring UWRF back into the game, we will see. I will say, looking across the board, I was too busy watching bot side to note that UNI also got the first turret top side, like I was saying, with the Ornn being so dominant and having all those Void Grubs. I was hoping to see, and we did get to see. So UNI, getting all 3 of those feats. Not that the last one really matters, but it's still kind of nice just to say you got them all. And you get that extra gold for getting first turret. for potentially a little scramble top side with the Ornn, although he's looking to back out. We do got a fight though going on bot side, although Smolder is very low and it's looking pretty dangerous for UNI to stay there. Looks like Voracious, not Voracious, we don't know. I just see Voracious so much. Looks like Atacon is going to be spawning bot side. Still got about 6 minutes before he spawns. Here comes the Pantheon. Again, looking to pick up these kills bot side. Great flash from the Vayne. She's still going to die, but she did get that pick on the Smolder. Although Pantheon was able to clean up that kill, so whether, you know, it really mattered that much, we'll see. Looks like Pantheon, oh my gosh. So Hui flash under a turret, but it looks like it's not going to matter as the Pantheon is still able to pick up on that kill of Mumu's coming mid, but it's going to be too late as the Pantheon is able to get out, retreat into his jungle, just kind of go back to farming. Pantheon has just been all over the map. He's exactly where he needs to be, exactly when he wants to be, and the enemy team just does not have an answer for it. UNI's bot side, kind of looking to skirmish here. Sorry, both teams bot side, looking to set it up for Atacon. UWRF looking to take a turret, you know, kind of gain some ground back against UNI. Although they are just bullying this way mid, really wanting, really looking to push that mid turret. But the Vayne and the Karma are going to take bot turret, giving UWRF their first turret. UNI here looking to take Rift Herald. I don't think anyone from UWRF is going to contest them. It is looking like UNI is pretty much going to get this. What is Swain? So UNI pretty much has two options with this Rift Herald. They definitely do not want to take it bot side. It is either going to go mid or top. We have the Ornn bot side, not really able to do much, and he does get collapsed in on by the Vayne and the Karma. Not a glass? Maybe? No. Okay, I was going to say, maybe she was going to go in and stop their backs, but she was not able to do so.
Never falter.
We've still got a good amount of time on UNI's Rift Herald. I feel like they're gonna probably push it bot, although it could also be used top. Or sorry, I feel like they could. I feel like they're probably going to push it mid, although they could also use it top side. UWRF is set up here for the Dragon. UNI is not going to contest, but they are going to get out a bajillion Void Grubs and the Rift Herald mid, claiming that first turret. They do back off though, as they don't really want to take this fight. Just let the Herald continue to push. Taking these chickens is definitely a choice. Looks like Ornn is split pushing bot. No one is really looking to contest him, to go with him. He's probably definitely going to take this turret. UNI is just kind of keeping that fight mid, keeping them distracted. Hui potentially going to bot, but I think it's too late. I think Ornn is going to take this turret and probably just walk away from the Hui. Kill the Hui, although Mumu is now there, looking a little bit scarier for the Ornn. He does use his ultimate to take out Hui, and now he is just fighting via Mumu, leaving. Alright, Vayne is able to take out Renata Glass, but Pantheon mid able to take out they're able to take out both the support and bot for UWRF mid lane. With the Amumu going bot side and not being able to help mid, I do think UNI, it took 2 people just to match UNI's Ornn. Making it kind of difficult in these fights for UWRF is if UNI is going to continue to keep split pushing. Both teams here kind of looking, walking around. No objectives up yet. Next dragon is going to be up in 2 minutes. Very nice for either side. Renata Glass is going to be cut out here. We see the Pantheon come in with his ult. I am not loving this fight for UNI. I feel like everyone was just a little bit too late to join to that fight. Vayne does get the shutdown on the Pantheon. I think this was a very poor fight for UNI to take. I feel like if they wanted to take this fight, they all needed to be there. Having everyone kind of stagger in like that, I do not think was a good call for UNI. And they are going, and UWRF is going to take the Voracious Atacon, give them a little bit stronger for any fights that are to come. Swain, split pushing top. And he is able to take the turret. So UNI has been able to get all of the tier 2 turrets here. And almost all of the tier 3 turrets. Looks like Swain is also going to get caught out. Yeah. UNI getting caught out like this is really giving UWRF what they need to kind of come back into this fight, come back into this game, especially with this Atacon buff that they have now. I think this could still very, very much be anyone's game. So just looking at items here, no one from UNI has picked up Boots of Swiftness. Not that there's anyone I think they would especially benefit. Maybe the Smolder. And maybe the Pantheon. I would just like to note, Boots of Swiftness when upgraded with the tier 3 boots do make any damage or any slowness that you receive lowered by, I believe it's like 25%. Okay, but here we have lots of ults coming in from both sides. UNI does take out all of UWRF Voracious Atacons except the Malphite, who was bot side. So very nice fight from UNI, but again, that Voracious Atacon does not give you it does not count as takedowns. It doesn't really count as kills. So, I mean, yes, it was a good fight from UNI, but it doesn't really put them ahead at all. UWRF here is set up for the dragon. UNI is just not, and they are going to take their 3rd dragon, kind of putting us into that same thing that we've seen the last couple of games. UNI has 1 dragon, UWRF has 3, and it's just UNI trying to stop them from getting soul most of the game. Alright, we see another fight coming out potentially here. Both teams kind of looking to maybe hit a big ult. With UWRF kind of backing off, but staying together. I will say one thing about this comp from UNI, they have a lot of AoE ultimates. Like a lot. Which is good for team fights. It's good in the team play. I just didn't realize, like, their entire team pretty much has AoE ultimates. Alright, so looks like UWAE, or UWRF is looking to collapse in on UNI top here. They do catch out the Pantheon, although Pantheon and the Smolder are looking to collapse in on the Vayne. Lots of shields for the Vayne. Pantheon is going to go down, and the Vayne is able to get away with Amumu coming in here. UNI is not quite able, they don't quite have the damage, they don't quite have the reach to secure any of those picks, especially with their Pantheon going down. The game is now getting into over 20 minutes, which, I mean, that's very normal. You know, just kind of looking at the state of things, though, I think it is very scary for Pantheon to be in the game this late, or knowing, like, how late this game is going to go. Yes, UNI does have the Smolder, who gets better and better the later the game goes, but we'll see. It's like Swain kind of getting caught out here by the enemy team, looking to seek the turret, but it's just not quite enough. Pantheon is going to ult in there. He's not really able to do much as the fight is already over. You have Baron up. I don't think either team is going to look for it yet. Drake is up. And they still got pretty much 3-4 minutes for Drake. So right now it's just kind of extra fighting. We're not really fighting for any objectives. It's not exactly necessary right now. You probably don't want to be taking any fights unless you see someone caught out or by themselves. Sorry, taking a drink of my water there. So it looks like Pantheon does catch out the Hwei, although a lot of WRF is there to back him up. Smolder kind of coming in here for the fight, although not a lot of UNI is here. Are really able to collapse in. We do get the Renata ult coming in, which is a huge ult, but it is just not enough. Pantheon is going to go down, Orin is going to go down. These team fights where UNI kind of comes in staggered one by one, it's just not really working out for them. I feel like they had a very good early game, they had a very good start to this match, but it is getting more and more difficult for them as the game goes on. So UWRF did take the Baron. They've got the Baron buff. They're probably going to be able to get this next turret, and they're going to start to look to set up for Drake. UNI is coming back up online, so they are going to be able to contest for this, as it is going to be Dragon Soul, which I believe is going to be Cloud Soul. UNI, you know, like I said, very much set up. They really want this dragon. Hwei is caught out by the Swain, and it looks like Pantheon is definitely looking. There he comes the stun, and Hwei is going to go down here before the fight. This is pretty good for UNI if Pantheon is able to kind of catch up, and Ornn does not die or does not get entirely caught out here. Renata Glass ult coming in along with the Swain ult. They are able to get the Amumu very low, but not going to get the kill. Smolder is able to get that execute onto the Malphite. Very nice. Pantheon going back in. Here comes out the Ornn ult. And this is exactly what we are looking for from UNI. Instead of being the ones caught out, they are finding someone to catch out, which is exactly what they did with Hwei. They were able to collapse in on him. And really everyone was there, and everyone from UNI was ready to take that fight. I feel like those are the team fights we need to see from UNI if they want to continue on to win this game, even as it dips into the late game, the later times. Like I said, a little bit more difficult for Pantheon, as pretty much everyone is nearing full build. would say one thing I did not realize is this Karma is pretty much almost full build with Magi's. But like all support items. I've never really played Karma support. I played Karma and ARAM. I enjoy Karma and ARAM. But I've not really actually played Karma support. All good, we scale. The Smolder scales. I don't know when that was typed. The Smolder scales. Ornn, with his items, I guess, counts as scaling. Pantheon does not scale. Alright, so it looks like Swain is going to get caught out front side. We see again a lot of ults coming out from UNI. So close to so many kills. I just think this is not the fight we wanted to see from UNI. Vayne does get the quadra kill, not the pentakill, but it does get the quad kill. And I think they're just gonna close out right here. Yeah, these team fights, I think really determined who was going to win, who was going to lose this game. You know, after the back and forth on the objectives, the back and forth on the kills, it really came down to these last team fights. And I think there were about 4 or 5 team fights where UNI only really came out on top of that one fight, right before that last dragon. And UWRF was just able to find those picks more than UNI was. Something that I think about a lot, at least with Overwatch, and I think it's very true for League as well, is when you are playing at those higher levels, especially in team play, it's not necessarily how many correct plays you make, but it's how many mistakes you don't make as a player. Like, there's so many things you are supposed to be doing that are correct. When you make those mistakes, especially with your positioning, is where it really costs your team the game. But it was very enjoyable, very nice to see. I think we had some very, very hype moments from always go full AP support items, no fun. But I think it was very, very nice to see from both teams. A very great showing, a very strong showing. And even though UNI was not able to come out with the win this time around, I'm still very excited to see how they are going to do this season, because I think this game was really close. And I think as the team works a little bit more, like playing together and really able to kind of solidify those team comps and how they want to play them together, I think this team has so much potential. And I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with that. So I don't know. We can see if anyone wants to do an interview. I will put it in the chat for anyone. If anyone in chat has someone they want to interview, I'm pretty sure Nate is gonna suggest Remy, but we'll see what the League people have to say. One thing we used to have the ability to do was pull people out from their channel, but I don't have that ability anymore. So if I have to drag anyone, well, maybe I can. I just can't join the League voice channel. We'll see if anyone sees my message. I'll probably give it like another minute, maybe. I don't know if you guys have any questions for any of the players, or if there's any players you would like to talk to. Let us know. Yeah, I knew Nate was gonna say Remy. Shocker. Okay, I'm just not seeing a response. See them all in the channel. They must be reviewing the VODs. Okay, Art of Jake is typing. Drag him. Okay. Channel's locked. Yeah. Okay, I can drag him. So I'm gonna see what happens. Oh, no, I can't. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. I got you. Thanks, Nate. All right.
Of course.
So, first game of the season. I mean, obviously you had the tournament last week, but this is the first like actual game of your season. Yes, it was a loss, but it was a very close game. So, I'm curious, how are you feeling?
I mean, the team still feels fine, honestly. Like, our main, like, our jungler Anders was just making a joke. He's like, every season we always lose the first one, but we win everything else. So that's how it is. I think it's just like, I think a lot of our players is just still getting back into the swing of the things. It's just once after the season, a lot of us did take like a big break from the game just because I feel like everyone needed a fresh reset. So, but we're still just trying to get back into the game, and we've only had 2 practices really, so it is how it is. And plus, we did lose. Unfortunately, we did lose like our main mid laner from last season. So we're still trying. So we have like a lot more new formations and like teams that like we have set up for our plays.
Yeah, I think something I didn't really watch much in the fall, but I've watched a lot like in the past, and I was very taken aback. I thought it was interesting. I hadn't seen Anders play jungle. I think I've seen him play mid in the past, so that was just something I that was interesting. But is that what you guys also ran last semester?
Yeah. So what we ran in last semester was we had Anders jungle, we had Trung on mid lane, Nick and Jinxie bot lane support, and then top lane it was either it was mostly Destroyer dude. Unless he was gone, then I would be subbed in. So I was 6-manning and just flexing. What if someone wasn't able, I would just flex into a position. Um, and then later on, towards like the end of the season, we got Afro Jake. So we had another pick for mid and top.
I did really enjoy seeing your top. The Malphite and the Ornn were definitely very fun to watch. I feel like you were very dominant top lane, so yeah, it was nice to watch. So something I found very interesting was your second game comp, which was that was the game that you guys won. I just thought your comp was very interesting. I'm curious how, like, why the ASOL, why the AP carry, why the Rise. I was just very interested.
I understand. So kind of like when you were looking through bans, obviously we knew this team was going to be heavily bot focused, so we wanted to play weak side. Basically, playing weak side means, you know, like we want to scale to late game. Like we'll scale to late game. We're not going to play early game and stuff like that because that's how the bot lane is. Or we have weak side bot lane. They're like, as you saw, like in every game, they always had 3 in a group. It was always their bot laner, support, and jungle. So we knew that was going to happen, right? And Nick and Jinsey, they figure out these certain comps that work bot lane, right? They work certain comps. Like last season, it was always Jin Xerath, and then we had Soraka Asol. Like they thought Soraka Asol because it's like it's a good difference because, you know, all you see is AD bot lane. But like if we put an AP role there, then it gives Anders more. I feel like it gives Anders more, and then we can also have a mix in mid, like between like top or like between mid being AP or AD. So, but obviously, we're all so the kind of the Rise pick is that's just Jake's like thing. Jake, that's just one of Jake's picks. Jake's just gonna play like Rise or something else. But yeah, it's just kind of how it is. So the Soraka Isol is actually like one of our key like bot lane comps.
Okay, so I can look forward to seeing more of the Soraka. Okay, and I do think like you said with having the AP bot, if you look at the top like win rates for bot laners right now, it's like mostly AP carries.
Yeah.
I was like thinking about it, I was like, okay, actually it's not too crazy. It was just on top of also having Malphite and the Rise, and I don't remember where he was playing jungle.
It's just heavy. So also it's just like when you have a Malphite Asol, it's a good look because Asol's ult is is heavy CC. Like it's a big CC, and then when you time it with Malphite's ult, it's more CC. And I think Jake just being on Rise also like it helps us single out a certain target. So let's say if someone is on our backline, he can single out the backline person, or if we all just want to keep stunning their main carry, which was their ADC, we can do that then.
Yeah, and you guys were able to do that. I mean, we saw like that Corki going down time and time again. I think you guys played it very well. Way better than obviously I was expecting, which I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed to see. Okay, so I don't know how much they did this last semester with the cast or with like the
Zero.
Production crew. Oh, like interviews? You guys didn't do any interviews?
Zero. We didn't even have streams. We had no streams except for like one, like which was like at like the end of the season.
Oh, well then I've got a question for you that you.
Okay. 2 streams. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you, Igneous. So one question we always ask is, what is your favorite juice?
I've asked this for my Valorant team.
Okay.
Favorite juice. Oof. It always switches on me. Cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice. That is.
Yeah.
A pick.
So it's definitely a very big pick, but obviously, I live a very active lifestyle, and cranberry juice actually recovers your muscle fibers better than like normal water. I read a study about it, and so that's why I drink cranberry juice.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, very good for you. I like cannot drink it because my grandma used to always buy it, and she bought like the just pure like cranberry juice, like no sugar, no nothing. And yeah, but okay. And then I thought of one second question because we do ask that question every time, and I feel like a lot of people have already been asked it. What is your favorite Oreo like flavor? Like you see 10 different packs of Oreos. What are you gonna go for?
I just go straight original. Like at least double stuffed Oreos.
Okay. I was just like
normal. Not the normal. No. Just like the double stuffed.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I've tried other flavors. Like honestly, if you told me if you could get rid of one, you can get rid of the vanilla ones. You could just get rid of the vanilla ones. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's valid. The golden.
Yeah, the golden ones. You can just get rid of those. I'm sorry, but if you like those, you can like them. But it's just no bueno for me. But yeah, no, I'm I'm kind of sad that I couldn't do more on Yon. So like, if you guys are wanting that first comp that we ran, that's without
Yeah.
Ander. That so obviously I didn't do good on that, but I thought I could do better than with against the Shen. I felt like I was doing his. I felt like I was timing his like taunt dashes very well, but it's just I kind of just got. It was just again we were weak side. We weren't playing weak side. I was playing too aggressive in the set, but I don't know. I play more champs like Yon, so you'll see me play more. If we don't have Anders, I'm gonna be me playing more Yon, like a Kali top stuff like that. But once we have it, and once we have Anders, it's like we want focus like him as carrying. So like he'll play something like heavy damage, and then I'll just play like a tank or something. But I'm obviously like me coming from a mid lane role to top lane is not. It's very different. Very different playstyle, but yeah. I just do what I can. Obviously I play as a flex, so I play any role, so.
Are we ever going to see a Gnar top?
If I learn it, yeah. But right now, right now, I feel like Gnar is not.
No,
great.
he's
He's not great.
not. I'm just curious. All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to say to the people?
I'd like to thank our production team. We actually have a production team for the league. I know Igneous was doing a lot of work with getting even 2 streams last semester, so I hope all of us, I hope more people can watch League, get infatuated in it. So yeah, thank you all for watching.
All right, yeah, and going out with that, thank you everyone for tuning in, sticking around for this game. Hopefully we'll be here more. It's Tuesday nights, correct? This wasn't a like reschedule, like this Tuesday night every week.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. Okay, so hopefully we'll see you guys next Tuesday for our league match. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.